So my name is John. I'm helping to head the webinar series for SASE, and thank you guys for coming today. We have two distinguished guests. We have Esteban Morales and Jeffrey Bolognese from NASA to talk about some of the opportunities here. So I'll hand it over to them.
Well, thank you very much, members of SASE. We're going to start by putting up a PowerPoint presentation, and hopefully you'll find some information very useful as you pursue opportunities potentially here at NASA. Good afternoon. My name is Esteban Morales, and I'm the Recruitment and Outreach Manager at the National Aeronautical Space Administration Goddard Space Flight Center. I'm specifically located at Goddard's main campus in Greenbelt, Maryland. NASA's mission is to drive advances in science, technology, and exploration in enhancing knowledge, education, innovation, economic vitality, and stewardship of the Earth. Although there is an assumption that NASA's mission may have been over due to the expiration of our shuttle program, our mission is still living very strong. We are currently working on projects that are making impacts in aerospace technology, biological and physical research, earth science, space science, human exploration, and development of space. NASA at a glance employs just under 18,000 civil servants across 9 field centers and 1 contractor-operated laboratory. Our current strategic goals are to continue robotic exploration of Mars and the solar system with robotic and crewed missions, develop the Orion spacecraft and other technologies required to send people beyond low Earth's orbit, conduct an unprecedented array of space missions that will seek new knowledge and understanding of the Earth, the solar system, and the universe, and work toward a goal of landing humans on Mars. Specifically, Goddard Space Flight Center, which is the largest combined organization of scientists and engineers in the United States, employs just over 10,000 federal and contractor employees. Our center is specifically responsible for transforming the human understanding of Earth and space through innovation, exploration, and discovery. This map shows where all of our NASA centers are located. Goddard specifically made up of 5 different facilities. Goddard employees are located at Goddard's main campus in Greenbelt, Maryland, Wallops Flight Facility located in Wallops Island, Virginia, our Independent Verification and Validation Facility located in Fairmont, West Virginia, our Goddard Institute of Space Studies located in New York, New York, and we have our ground stations located in White Sands, New Mexico. As shown, we're currently seeking individuals with backgrounds in information technology, science, math, business, and engineering. We're also seeking individuals in non-technical fields such as human resources, accounting, and in administrative type positions. Once you have joined NASA and Goddard Space Flight Center, these are the types of benefits that you'll be eligible to receive. Listed are just a few facts about our current work environment. We were recognized as the best place to work within the government in 2012 by the Partnership for Public Service. We have been ranked within the top 5 best places to work for the past 5 years. We have a campus-like atmosphere recognizing employees for their contributions to NASA and Goddard's mission. We offer a flexible work schedule that allows employees opportunities to telework, or as we call it, work from anywhere. Finally, we offer family-friendly leave and medical leave programs. Once you are employed at Goddard, you have the opportunity to participate in many different leadership and educational opportunities such as the ones listed here. The federal government values the contributions made by students and recent graduates of all ages and backgrounds. We have been placed at a competitive disadvantage compared to the other sectors in recruiting and hiring students and recent graduates. To address these difficulties, on December 27, 2010, President Obama signed Executive Order 13562 entitled Recruiting and Hiring Students and Recent Graduates. The executive order established a Pathways program framework with 3 clear program paths tailored to recruit, hire, develop, retain students and recent graduates. The 3 program paths included in this framework are the Internship program for current students, the Recent Graduates program for individuals who have recently graduated from qualified educational institutions, and the Presidential Management Fellows program for individuals who obtained an advanced degree. The internship program is for current students. It replaces the Student Career Experience Program, SCEP, the Student Temporary Employment Program, STEP. The new internship program provides students in high schools, colleges, trade schools, and other qualifying educational institutions with paid opportunities to work in agencies and explore federal career while completing their education. The Recent Graduates Program provides developmental experience in the federal government. It is intended to promote possible careers in civil service to individuals who graduate from qualified educational institutions with an associate's, bachelor's, master's, professional, doctorate, vocational, technical degrees or certificates from qualifying educational institutions. To be eligible, applicants must apply within the following 2 years of their degree or certificate completion, except for veterans precluded from doing so due to their military service obligation. Veterans have up to 6 years after the degree or certificate to complete to apply. The PMF program has been the federal government's premier leadership development program for advanced degree candidates. The executive order expands the eligibility window for applicants, making it more student-friendly by aligning it with academic calendars and allowing those who have received qualifying advanced degrees within the preceding 2 years to participate, and 6 years for qualifying veterans. NASA and Goddard predominantly seeks qualified applicants for its Pathway Internship program, a small number of recent graduates, and beginning every October, NASA will be participating in a STEM-driven Presidential Management Fellows program. Since NASA and Goddard predominantly seeks applicants for its Pathways Intern program, these are the eligibility requirements for our government internship program. You must be a U.S. citizen, must have attended an accredited college or university on at least half-time basis, be pursuing a degree in science, engineering, math, and business, but are not limited to just these. Must have a GPA of 2.9 or higher. You must have met security requirements, successfully completed 30 semester hours for undergraduate opportunities, and finally be able to work alternating semesters through graduation. For more information regarding our Student Pathways program here at NASA and at Goddard, you may find information at the following links or specifically on our Goddard recruitment website. And just as an FYI, Goddard is due to have 20 Pathway internships open for applications on February 10th, 2014. The vacancy closes on February 18th, 2014. I will now turn it to my colleague Jeff Bolognese, Goddard's branch head in Mechanical Systems Analysis and Simulation branch.
Thank you, Esteban. Now we're going to talk about the Goddard Office of Education programs. These are also student opportunities, but these are a little bit different than what Esteban was talking about. All of the programs that we're going to talk about today, that I'm going to talk about, you'll be able to find at the website intern.nasa.gov. Look under the Student Opportunities link at the top of the page. As I mentioned, there are some programs that are available for foreign nationals. We won't specifically talk about those today, but you'll find more information about those programs under the Student Opportunities link under the heading NASA Fellowship and Intern Opportunities for International Students. We're going to talk about some of the Office of Education internship programs. In addition to the Pathways program, NASA also has Office of Education internship programs. These educational interns refer to individuals who will be on center for 6 to 10 weeks, and that's 6 weeks for high school students and 10 weeks for college students, and not longer. Educational interns are not government employees, yet all are paid. The internship stipend amounts will vary depending on your level of studies. An intern is a student or recent graduate undergoing supervised practical training. Applications for the summer 2014 session are open now and will remain open until March of 2014. On average, NASA Goddard alone has about 450 interns each year. All interested students can apply at the One-Stop Shopping Initiatives, the OSSI site that's linked from the Intern site that I showed earlier. I know that at least here at Goddard, mentors are already being encouraged to post their intern opportunities right now so that you students can begin to apply over the winter break. You can check back multiple times and apply for new opportunities as they become available. And you'll have the ability to apply for multiple intern opportunities throughout NASA, not just at Goddard. And I think that's about 15 opportunities per student. Next, we'll talk a little bit about educational fellowship programs. Students can also apply for fellowship opportunities through OSSE or the Office of Education Programs directly from the NASA website. Fellowship opportunities are considered to be year-long. They conduct research at your school for a majority of the time and then participate in 10-week center-based research experience at a NASA center or headquarters. NASA Office of Education provides funding also for a minority university research and education programs to help increase the participation of minority-serving institutions in NASA research and development, and to increase the number of minority students pursuing higher education in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Below is a list of the criteria for the Minority University Research and Education Fellowship Program. This and the next slide give a snapshot of the different fellowship programs from the Office of Education. First, we have the NASA Earth and Space Science Fellowship. The award is up to $30,000 per year and is funded by Headquarters Science Mission Directorate. Second, we have the NASA Space Technology Research Fellowships funded by NASA's Office of Chief Technologists. The program is to focus on space technology, and the maximum amount of the award is $66,000 per year. The National Space Grant College and Fellowship Program is a national network of colleges and universities. These institutions are working to expand opportunities for Americans to understand and participate in NASA's aeronautics and space programs by supporting and enhancing science and engineering education, research, and public outreach efforts. The Space Grant National Network includes over 850 affiliates from universities, colleges, industry, museums, and science centers, and state and local agencies. These affiliates belong to one of the 52 consortia in all 50 states. The 52 consortia fund fellowships and scholarships for students pursuing careers in STEM. And NASA, we also have some postdoctoral opportunities. These opportunities are sponsored by the Science Mission Directorate at headquarters. The following bullets provide the postdoctoral programs and their links. Students who are interested should visit the websites to learn more about those particular opportunities. Finally, this slide shows you a number of the projects for which Goddard is responsible, and to give you an idea of the kind of work that goes on here. Top left, you see the Hubble Space Telescope, which is probably one of the most famous NASA missions ever launched. And Goddard was responsible for all the servicing missions for the Hubble Space Telescope and currently manages Hubble Space Telescope flight operations. Next to that is the Global Precipitation Measurement Observatory, or GPM. This is a joint mission with Japan, and even as we speak, the GPM Observatory is in Japan, being integrated with the launch vehicle for a February 2014 launch. GPM will globally map rain and snowfall to help us better understand the Earth's water cycle and to improve our forecasting ability. Top right corner, you see one of our newer missions, OSIRIS-REx. That actually stands for the Origin Spectral Interpretation Resource Identification Security Regolith Explorer. And this is definitely one of the longest names for a NASA mission. OSIRIS-REx is going to rendezvous with the asteroid Bennu, take detailed measurements of the asteroid and its orbit, and return a sample to Earth. This mission will help us better understand the composition of asteroids and how their orbits are changed. On the bottom left is another Goddard mission that's nearing launch, the Magnetospheric Multiscale Mission, or MMS. MMS is actually 4 spacecraft that will be launched stacked on top of each other and then on orbit separate to fly in formation and map the magnetic field between the Earth and the Sun. This will give us a better understanding of space weather, which can affect and damage astronauts, satellites, and even the power grid here on Earth. Finally, in the lower right of the page are a couple of images of the James Webb Space Telescope, or JWST. JWST is probably the most ambitious astrophysics mission NASA has ever undertaken. JWST, which is currently being integrated and tested at Goddard, is sort of a successor to the Hubble Space Telescope, but with a much larger telescope and a much colder operating temperature, JWST will be able to see very deep into the universe and back to near the beginning of time. Now we'll go back to Esteban for a comparison of the pathways and educational intern programs.
Thank you, Jeff. As you probably have heard, you've heard 2 different types of internship programs, and at times these can be very confusing because both programs use the term internship. One program is specifically managed by the federal government, which leads to employment, and that's the Pathways program. The NASA Office of Educational Internship program through the OSSI program is more of a temporary professional development experience, which offers you an insight into what NASA does, and if it'll pique your interest to see if NASA could be an employer of choice. But it will not lead to, at the end of the internship, that will not lead to a permanent position. So these charts here will offer you on what each program is, the benefit of each program, and the eligibility of each program. These charts here will offer you information on the application process, the qualifications and employment, and the agreements. Finally, this will inform you that the Federal Pathways program, after completion, will lead to a permanent position if all necessary requirements are met. And then the other program through the Office of Education, it's a temporary professional development that unfortunately does not lead to a permanent position, but does offer you an educational experience. For more information about the Pathways program and information about employment opportunities here at Goddard Space Flight Center, you can contact any one of us, Ann Richmond, Esteban Morales, or Eric Torres at the following email addresses. Finally, we'd like to show you a YouTube video on some of the exciting things that are occurring here at NASA.
Something here. You may not be able to do this.
Well, that's fine. We might be able to show. Can't show the YouTube video.
I'm not sure I did.
That's fine. We can just inform them.
Okay.
So unfortunately, I guess we aren't unable to show you the YouTube video, but if you click the link, it'll offer you some insight into some of the amazing things here that we do. It's an exciting video and it gets your heart pumping, so I hope you enjoy.
And we'll be sure to get a copy of the slides that we have out to you guys. See, I know we went through a lot of different links and things like that, so we'll get you the hard copy so you'll be able to actually click those yourself rather than trying to slow down the YouTube video and read the addresses yourself.
At this time, I will turn it back to our moderators to see if there are any questions. Do we click back in?
So I actually had a quick question. What some of the projects that an intern would be expected to work on?
I will turn that
Okay,
to
so
you.
if you're talking about a summer intern versus a co-op, let's kind of frame it that way. So what we really try to do is to make sure that all the interns that come in here, whether they're co-ops or whether they're the educational interns, are working on flight projects, or at least working on work that's relative to what we need to have done. So co-ops who are going to be here for a longer period of time will be usually assigned to a flight project, and they'll be working with, depending on what their discipline is, a senior engineer who's going to help them through that. The interns are all assigned to mentors. Some of those will be working on flight projects, others will be working on other types of projects, and those range all the way from technical through more administrative type stuff, and we've had interns that are working in public affairs or other things. So it runs the gamut, but the bottom line is it's all real work. So it's all work that needs to be done. It's not work that we're making up just for an intern. So it's all you get to work with the real engineers and the real people who are building the flight hardware.
And I think the most important thing to note, piggybacking on what Jeff has mentioned, is it's all hands-on. So it really gives you an insight on some of the amazing things that are being innovated here at Goddard. Does that answer your question? I hope.
Yes. Yes. So I was waiting to see if anyone else had any other questions. Sorry.
No problem.
Well, at this point, I don't see any other questions. Was your email in the presentation for anybody to send you guys questions, or?
Yeah, in one of the last slides, I think right before the question slides, they have the email addresses to Ann Richmond, who's actually our program lead for the Pathways program. You have my email, who I am the recruitment and outreach manager, so I handle all the recruitment and outreach here at Goddard. Specifically, most importantly, whenever we attend career fairs at colleges, universities, or conferences such as SASE. And then Eric Torres is our program assistant, who is a doer of all things. He pretty much can answer any questions. At the same time, he tries to keep us sane.
All right. Well, thanks again today for coming out and talking to SACE and everybody about opportunities at NASA.
Well, thank you very much for having us.
Thank you.